Hey guys, Andrew here again for Next Shift, and today we're going to take a quick look at the Honor 10 Lite, which has just been launched in Malaysia. Retailing from 749 ringgit, it's a pretty darn affordable smartphone. So let's take a look and see if this phone is worth your money. So let's start with design. On the back of the Honor 10 Lite is this nice gradient finish. It gives the phone a really unique appearance, and although it is made out of plastic, it feels pretty okay in my hands. It feels solid, and build quality is definitely not an issue with this affordable phone. And on the front, you have this dewdrop notch over here. It's not that big of a notch, but at the end of the day, it is still a notch, so it may not be your kind of thing. And on the bottom of the phone, you have this nice small bezel, which gives the phone an even more of an all-screen appearance, which is very nice to see, especially on a phone at this price point. But there is one thing that I don't quite like about the Honor 10 Lite's design, and this comes down to the micro USB port down here. It is not a huge issue, but it's worth pointing out. And to be fair, most phones in this price range has a micro USB port anyway, so. Next, we have display, which is pretty great on the Honor 10 Lite. The color does shift slightly when you look at it at an off angle, but again, this is an affordable phone, so it's not exactly unexpected. As a whole, the display is still very punchy, colors are good, and it's also plenty sharp despite this being only a 1080p display. In the performance department, the Honor 10 Lite comes with a Kirin 710 processor, which is said to be equivalent to Qualcomm 660 chipset. Overall, the phone feels fast and zippy, but I did encounter some stuttering here and there, especially when I'm switching from one app to another, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But if you plan to do some light gaming on this phone like PUBG Mobile, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. The Kirin 710 processor is still a pretty good chipset. I haven't used this phone as my daily driver yet, but considering the fact that it comes with a 3400 mAh battery, it should be pretty okay. Do note that this phone comes with a 6.21-inch display, so pair that with the 3400 mAh battery, it should be able to give pretty decent battery life. Last but certainly not least is the Honor 10 Lite's camera performance. In broad daylight, the 30MP plus 2MP dual camera system on the back can take really decent looking shots, which is really a given for any modern smartphone really. But its low light camera performance leaves much to be desired. Noise level is quite apparent, and unfortunately enough, the shutter speed slows down considerably. That being said, we did not spend too much time photographing with the Honor 10 Lite yet, so we can't say for sure if it has bad or good camera performance. Plus, its 24MP front-facing camera does seem quite promising. We'll definitely give it a try in a full review of this phone. In my brief time with the phone, I really do think the Honor 10 Lite is a good affordable smartphone. But it has to contend with a number of other smartphones in this price range that are equally good, if not better, than the Honor 10 Lite. Whether or not it is better than these phones, we will only know in a full review of the Honor 10 Lite. The Honor 10 Lite is now available in Malaysia for 749 ringgit, and that's for the 32GB model with 3GB of RAM. If you want the 64GB model with 3GB of RAM instead, that will only be available at a later date, and that's gonna retail at 799 ringgit. And that is our quick look at the Honor 10 Lite. If you want a more detailed hands-on, our written article can be found in the description down below. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more exciting content to come at Next Shift.